A lot of people have been asking how I'd handle this masterpiece. And the answer to that is I have no idea, but probably not very well. To prove that point, we're going to do the black deck, which means we get an extra joker slot but one less hand, which definitely makes things a little bit harder. But my strategy when playing this is generally the same. I restart until I find something good to begin with. If I skip this blind, we get a rare joker. If I skip this blind, I get a holographic. It is also really hard to skip the first two to jump straight up to 600 points, which is exactly what we're gonna do. And that means all club cards are defaced, so we'll just go ahead and remove them from the earth. And that leaves us with a beautiful little flush. That's going to get us a long ways to 600. And obviously we're going to immediately remove the clubs because they're dead to us anyways. Then we're going to remove the lowest value cards to hopefully get some high value cards to replace them. That landed us with a straight, which is also pretty good. We only need 600 points, although we only have one more hand to do it. That's 108 points. So if we get rid of everything below the face cards, we'll be left with two pairs that will get us over 108. We'll do two aces and two kings. Aces are worth slightly more than the face cards. 616 out of 600. And for our effort, we get $5 whole. The joker we get, if first hand of round has only one card, add a permanent copy to the deck. That's also got a 10 times multiplier on it because it's holographic. And then since we have $9, we're going to buy the buffoon pack and see if we get anything worthwhile out of here. Because this one is uncommon, we'll probably take it. Times 3 multiplier, that's a big multiplier, if poker hand contains a diamond, club, heart, and spade. So if it has one of everything, it's to our benefit. And our $5 is actually going to add some interest next round. That maxes out at $25 unless otherwise tampered with. But because of our DNA, we want to start replicating something. So we'll take a king of diamonds because that's easy to remember. So we're just going to play that, but it gets replicated back over here. So now we can hopefully build up to something very big using all kings or something thereabouts. So I've re-rolled all the way to the end. We've used up all of our discards, but we have a full house with 3 kings on it. That's got to be a fair bit of value. And that was actually worth 4,000 because these two combined. So that's a pretty good start. But we obviously make more money for having more remaining hands and discards. We'll try and get ahead of the curve there, but we did get $1 in interest. This one synergizes super nicely with our first one. This joker gains 0.25 times multiplier every time a playing card is added to the deck. Yes, because we're going to use DNA a lot to add cards basically every single turn. It's tempting to use this to try and upgrade 2 queens and 2 kings. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we now need to make $1,200. So there's another king of diamonds. We're going to go ahead and not use that. Okay, you stop. So the king of diamonds is the only one being played, so it gets played. It comes back into circulation because we replicated it. Now this has a multiplier on it. Aside from that, we're going to discard anything that basically isn't a king or something that's obviously easily valuable. There's 3 kings at least. So we're going to do that, and if we ever draw a queen, we'll upgrade that. If not, we'll do another full house of kings and aces, which is a pretty good feeling no matter what game you're playing. We got $5 for our turn there. Played face cards have a 1 in 2 chance to give $2 when scored. We're going to play a lot of kings actually, so that's maybe going to be to our benefit. I do want to save up some money so we start earning interest, but when you got good stuff to buy, you got good stuff to buy. First hand is drawn face down. So I'm just going to gamble that this is a king, and that's simply going to add the multiplier over here anyway. I mean, we added an ace, so we're really not too hard done by. And then we're going to start discarding things. There's a single queen, so these are either kings or queens. We'll discard everything below that for a sec. We're going to take a pretty big gamble here. So these are kings or aces. These would also be kings because they're face down. So I'm going to sacrifice the 2 cards on the right. Okay, we got more kings. I'm pretty sure this is going to be 4 kings. We're just going to do this just in case. Oh, I was actually wrong. It was aces. I didn't even realize those could pop up like that. Nonetheless, we're still fine. There's another full house of kings and aces. So we're going to keep cruising right along. And we're doing this with 1 hand less than we should be. $6 for our trouble. And re-trigger the first card played an additional 2 times. I think that's also important because that's going to synergize with the one that has a 1 in 2 chance to give $2 when scored. So face cards are going to get played. The first one 3 times. Since we're going to be making more money, I'm just going to open this pack. And then we're going to be able to add actually another king to our deck anyway. That's simply going to help him, who's up to 1.75 times multiplier already. Small blind, we're going to need $2,000 to do this one. I'm not really going to skip a lot of blinds right now, simply because we can use this to add a 0.25 times multiplier every time. We are going to take these 2 queens and upgrade them to kings. Then the first thing we're going to do is play a king of diamonds. We do need an upgraded king of diamonds or king of some kind to replicate, but even so, that single king was worth 770 already. So we're just going to let the good times roll. Well, just forever searching for more kings. Okay, we didn't get nearly enough kings there. That could actually be problematic. Although we do only need 2,000. So we'll just throw that out there. The 3 of a kind with the multipliers at this point is actually probably more than enough to do it. Yup, it sure is. $6 for our trouble, $13 left over. I'm just going to leave everything here because we get about $4, $3 in interest after this. We are going to skip this one because we'll get a polychrome joker with a 1.5 times multiplier. And that's the kind of thing we need. Okay, we're going to multiply another king of hearts. So this one's up to 2.25 times multiplier. And then we're going to try and stack up those kings as much as we can. We got 2 kings and 2 aces, so we're looking all right. There's another full house of the good stuff. We'll use up a final discard. There's a 4 of a kind of kings. And then we'll throw that heart in there as well. So that's going to hopefully be a little bit of extra money for us as well. Multipliers, everything's stacking up. I don't know if I have these in the order up top. So we're going to have to make do with the 3 of a kind for the final 400 points here. But that's perfectly fine. 3 aces is more than enough to get us the 350 we need. We got $10 for our trouble, so we're now up to 37 in total, and we did get some good stuff. So this is the negative joker. This will add an extra slot to our jokers in general. Each queen held in hand gives a 13 times multiplier, which is big. This 20 times multiplier if played hand contains 3 or a few cards. So if we do have to do a 3 of a kind, that will actually still work. Plus it has a 1.5 times multiplier on it overall. So these are all sitting, I think, fine enough for me. I am going to open a standard pack at this point just so we can add one more card. We'll just add a fancy jack because that's going to give him up to 2.5 times multiplier, and that's just going to keep going up and up and up. Okay, we're going to throw down the King of Hearts. That's going to get replicated again, and plus also give us a decent amount of points. That was 6,300 for a single card. So this is almost one of those runs you could almost get away with a single card. If I wasn't so greedy for money, I'd probably consider taking this. That's a straight 50 chips and a ×4 multiplier. But because I do want all of my money, we're going to open up one of these, probably the 2 tarot cards. So we have the Hanged Man. We're going to get rid of 2 7s here because they're not kings. So that's just going to eliminate them. And then we're going to use this to create 2 planet cards, and neither of which are any good to me. I'm actually just going to sell those. That's probably not the right choice, but I've already made it. We're moving on. I only need $7,500. And look at all those kings. So will the single king get us there again? It gets played all sorts of times. That's why it needs a multiplier, 6930. So it didn't quite get us there, but it won't be long. We're going to discard those 5. We got 4 of a kind of kings. I think that's good enough for me. We'll go ahead and let that fly. We're making lots of money. We got the fire. We got $16,000. I do kind of want to take the Mega Spectral pack. I can't remember why that's significant, but we could definitely get some cool stuff out of these. Like this would be good. Destroy 1 random card in your hand, add 4 random enhanced cards. So I think that's going to play off that. So we'll just go ahead and use that. It got rid of whatever. Yep, that jumped that up to a 4 times multiplier. And this one's a purple seal, so when this card gets discarded, we'll make a tarot card. And we're going to open up the Celestial pack. We're going to upgrade our full houses. Not that we're likely to get many of those. Playing cards can be purchased from a shop. Is that actually a benefit? It doesn't really feel like it is, but we're going to buy it. Next, all diamond cards are debuffed. I won't miss them. Okay, there's our beautiful King of Hearts. It's always here for us. It never lets us down. We'll let the multipliers go. There's 6,900. I'm playing 1 single king. Delete all those. Delete all of these for sure. Look at all that garbage. Where's all my kings?
All my kings, please stand up.
Well, there's a full house. I just said we weren't going to play any more full houses, but when life gives you full houses, you just play them. That still makes us lots of money and plenty of points. Plus we get $11 on top of the 37 we got, so $48 again. Which means we're probably always going to be buying something from the shop, and we'll make everything work. Okay, we're going to destroy 2 more just of those. We want more kings, less of everything else. Here's Mars. If we upgrade this, 4 of a kinds go up in value, and 4 of a kinds are probably going to be our friend. Oh, so if we buy this, we're actually going to get a big boost to our money. We get our Joker's value and money again. So we'll go ahead and buy the king. I need to remember that we have the Shoot the Moon, so I need to hold queens in my hand. Some of these are kind of interesting. I could honestly use either of those, but our multipliers and stuff, I like our money right now. I think it'd be silly to sacrifice it. Although retriggering all held abilities in hand, I think that's going to be too strong. I think we got to sacrifice the money at this point, as sad as that is. There's Temperance literally again, so we're going to buy and use that for our money back up to $62. We are really, really, really lucky. This one I've never actually used, so I don't really know what it means. There is a base 10 times multiplier on it. If I had more room, I would get that, but for now, I'm not going to mess with the good thing. I guess if we could get rid of flower pot though, because this only works if we have like all different kinds and we don't necessarily have that. So we're going to take supernova, adds the number of times this poker hand has been played to this run, to the multiplier, to the base multiplier. So depending on what that is, full house has been played apparently 4 times. High card is 8 times, so that's actually going to build up on top of the king. And there's 4 kings to begin with. So let's go ahead and actually we got to make one of these play anyway, just so we can multiply it and off go all of our things. There's 10,000. Then we keep sacrificing. Okay, we have lots of kings. So there is 5 of a kind. The strongest hand in all of poker. Plus we use that first king multiple times. Multipliers. There's 41,000 out of the 11,000 we needed. And we still got more money than we really know what to do with at this point. Alright, so we're going to open the standard pack, hoping to add, well, I guess any of these are going to count. We'll take this, because if it's held in our hand at the end, it's still worth money. The celestial pack will give us, hopefully, not really anything we can use. I guess one of a kind, high card. There's a joker that scales with every $5 I have. I don't want to play that. We've already sacrificed our money earning. So we'll move on. We need 16,500 from this one. I still don't have any special kings, which is starting to annoy me. But this guy's up to 5.25 times multiplier already. That was almost enough. That single king was almost enough to solve this. So we're just going to play these 3. 3 King of Hearts, because we get a special bonus on one of these anyway. That one's sitting in the wrong spot, but there's the fire again. 37,500. And that's money on top of our already money, so bigger money. $49 to spend on celestial packs, which there's Planet X, which is 5 of a kind, which I think is probably going to be our front runner moving forward. We're going to get a lot of kings and hopefully not much of anything else. There's a king again. 5 of a kind, rather. And that just feels right. We can do that one more time. So there we go. There's actually another one for Planet X. We can use that. So its base value is now very big. All face cards are drawn face down. This is actually going to be a little bit challenging. But let's assume this is a king. And it was. Good. So we know that that one is a king at least. Okay, so we're going to sacrifice another 5. So we know depending on where they land, they are probably about kings. Even if they're not at this point, we only need 7,000. And there was 4 kings there just by coincidence, really. So 44,000 out of the 22,000. And that would have been a challenge. So that's $11 on top of our 25, $36. There's another Planet X we're absolutely going to buy and use. And then we'll take in our Arcana. Okay, we can finally start getting, this will turn cards into bonus cards. We're going to do that, I guess, for Kings of Diamonds. But at least we can replicate something that is a bonus now. You know what? I'm going to take another Arcana pack, just in case I get another something similar. Well, there's also multiplier. I'm going to put that on a king and an ace. I guess an ace is something we're also likely to use. All right, small blind is only 20,000. The challenge at the end is only going to be 0 discards. I feel like at the rate we're going, we're only going to have kings by the end. You know what? Let's start multiplying, hopefully special kings. So we also want to hold queens in our hand if we can for bigger scores. So let's get rid of those. And okay, that's fine. We will play this king that's going to give us extra chips, and that's also going to get multiplied. Plus those queens in the hand, actually, that gave us 111,000 from playing a single king. I didn't mean to do that. This is actually only $1 to buy, and that's going to add a 0.25 times multiplier. I feel like that is very much worth it. Aside from that, I'm going to do this, and we're hopefully going to add... Well, a queen is also going to help us if it sits in our hand. Aside from that, maybe just the 10 of spades. We'll probably sell that. So this guy is a superstar. This time we need 30,000. I feel like we're not going to struggle a great deal to get there. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to play the single king that gets extra chips. Gets played a whole bunch of times. There's 61,000. So we're good. We get extra money because we did that so quick. 11 extra dollars. The Ancient Joker could actually pair very nicely on top depending on what it lands on. It rotates suits every turn. So if we're playing, say, 5 King of Hearts, that would be 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5, 5 times, and that would get really big. It is a little bit of a high risk, high reward, but it would be kind of funny. So we're going to take out the half Joker, which kind of maybe is a bad idea, but I'm full of bad ideas. You don't know if you don't try. Oh, here's also a special King of Diamonds from that pack. That's now up to a 7 times multiplier. We're going to open a Celestial. Hopefully there's a Planet X. There is not, so full house it is. All right, so we start with 0 discards. So I'm actually going to go ahead and play all of that to begin with, just so we can be sure that we're going to win this. I've screwed that up too many times before. There we go. Can I actually rearrange these so they get played first? There's 5 of a kind. There should be plenty of score. And each played club suit. There was a single club in there, so there was 155,000. So we needed 40,000. We easily did it. There's $11 more. Celestial pack always contains a planet card for your most played poker hand. which is high card. I don't really think I'm not upgrading one of a kind. So instead of that, we'll open 2 Arcana packs. You know what? A wild card, I think, pairs with Ancient Joker. I hope. So we're going to turn this king into a wild card. Yeah, that seems to work. So now if we can multiply that card, it will always play. So we might get 1.5 times 5 off the kings, which would be really, really, really big. Okay, and then we're going to destroy up to 2 selected cards, which is just going to be some of those, because our hand is getting too many things that aren't kings. So starting the new thing, we need 35,000, then 52.5, then 70, -1 hand size. I feel like by the time we get there, we're going to have a lot of kings. So to begin, I'm definitely going to try and seek out that one wild king. It's going to be a huge upgrade if we can manage to start upgrading it. This is so weird because I'm actually throwing away a king here, looking for a better king. Okay, if we're not going to find it, that's fine. We will replicate this one. And that's still really, really, really big. Our hand is almost all kings already. This is actually going to not be a 5 of a kind very soon. There's going to be a flush 5 if they're all the same suit. This is only up to level 5 anyway, so that's not the end of the world. It's really a good problem to have overall. There's 146,000 out of the 35. We did okay. So another $9 on top of everything, and then we can just go ahead and open another one of these. There's not really actually anything here that's going to be much help. We'll turn some jacks into bonus cards, but I don't think we're ever going to play any of those. 52,500 coming up. Where is my super king? I need that one to show up, that one only. Because we're discarding the purple ace though, we also got the chariot. Enhances 1 card into a steel card. Okay, we got the king we needed, so we're going to play that. That's going to play up a whole bunch of things and get used a whole bunch of times. So that's going to be very helpful to us. We'll use that steel card on the queen because the queens are multipliers for us. We'll see if we can dig one up now because I'm liable to forget that. We didn't get that. But heart kings, anything that's a heart is going to be extra value now. So I'm going to play that, which should trigger that. Yep, it sure did. There's 1.5, 1.5, a whole bunch of 1.5s. So 376,000. We're getting bigger. $10 on top of that. And we are then going to open up some of these. We can also make another wild card. So we're going to do that with another king. We can also have a gold card. We're going to just turn a regular king into a gold card because if anything, we're likely to have a king left over at the end. We're just going to re-roll in case anything really amazing happens to pop up, but it didn't. So -1 hand size, we need 70 grand. Okay, well here's my chance to turn the queen into a steel card. So that's going to be an extra big thing to hold down there. We're going to sacrifice those. And we're definitely looking for the wild king. Yeah, if we don't end up getting it, that's not the end of the world because we can just like use this as a multiplier right now. And by the time that's going to be done building up, 65 that we basically won just on that. And then we play those 5 anyway. Spades would have been a much bigger bonus here. But even without any spades at all on the board, I think we're going to hit our goal. There is 400,000. We so consistently get $11. Definitely don't want that, don't want that. There is a spectral pack. I guess we could, yeah, we can buy both of these anyway, so why wouldn't we? So there's another purple seal. We're going to add it to that. When we discard that, we get a tarot card. Then we're going to open the celestial pack, hoping for Planet X, and we got it. So Planet X is now up to level 6. So we got to be careful of the end. All cards debuffed until 1 joker is sold, so we're going to have to sacrifice one of our cards, which won't be the end of the world. We could also skip this for an uncommon, but I don't feel it's worth it at this point because we're getting lots of these, so we're definitely going to keep playing these because these plays off ancient jokers anyway. So the more of these we have, the score will get absolutely stupid. Like there's already 3 wild kings sitting right here. And the one we need is diamonds, so we can actually, yeah, we can get a flush 5 here, which is actually back down to level 1. So this would probably actually be better, but we're going to play a flush 5 just because I want to see the value of this. So let's let it go. We could have tried and put more queens here, but I don't think it's really going to matter at this point. It's going to be a real big score. Yeah, there's 741,000 plus some money. I'm going to turn a king into a steel card because we're likely to have lots of kings showing up. So the more of those that can just be hanging out with us, the better. They're just bigger multipliers. I don't really love any of this. Oh, this is for flush 5. I do love that, actually. I didn't even see that. There's a queen for $1. We're going to take that because queens multiply, and this guy's up to 8.25. And we're definitely going to play this one out. We did get our random king, so that's coming in. Multiplier kings might be better than the random hand. I guess not, though, with how powerful that is. Well, we're looking for clubs. So we'll see if we can fish up. There's at least 1 club. And this one's a steel card, so we're hopefully not going to play that. You know what? We're just going to go like that. And that's going to be plenty of points for us. especially because that's going to play whatever suits needed anyway. So off it goes. There is 1,100,000. Then we'll open a standard pack. Adding cards is simply to our benefit, especially when they're a queen. That's double good. Then Jumbo Celestial pack. There's definitely something here we could use. Planet X or Iris. I think Flush 5 is going to be more likely moving forward, and that thing's going to escalate quickly because that's a hard hand to build. So now we're going to have to sacrifice one of our jokers. But I can actually sacrifice Supernova because we're just moving on to that new hand, Flush 5 anyway. So that would only add a trivial amount anyway. And at this point, I'm actually going to sacrifice one of our hands to replicate the random king again. And then we're going to start chopping. We need spades anyway, so either kings of spades or the all-suit spades. Actually not getting nearly as many kings as I'd hoped for, so I'm getting... was a touch nervous there for a moment. I need to pay attention over here to the amount of chips we get, because the multiplier is obviously getting enormous, but the chip side, we might be able to get a better score if we got more chips. Well, there's 380,000. Chips might have worked. If you want to play this one for yourself, there's the seed. We're going on endless mode. I'm actually really excited at this point because we have room for another joker again. There's another king. We actually want to add that. We'll take Seltzer for now. We trigger all cards played for the next 10 hands. That's obviously potentially going to be really big, considering the amount of multipliers we're stacking up. How's this guy doing? 9.25. Yeah, we'll take one of these. The other one would have been smarter there in hindsight, but that's okay. We're just making choices. Well, we'll put chips on this card and chips on this card. It at least enhances one of our kings, so we have options. So we need 110,000, or we could skip that. Yeah, we're going to skip that because we basically need a joker anyway. So right away, we're going to go back to our super insane king, because that's going to be absolutely a wild card. And we're looking for diamonds anyway, so king of diamonds is what we want. I definitely want to sacrifice that, and that can actually stay right there for a minute. And actually we can convert cards now too, so I can take those two and play death on it. Now we got two more wild kings. This one will create a random joker. I'm just going to sell that because I'm going to forget it's there, and then that's going to annoy me. So we're just going to go ahead and play this. There's a Flush 5. That's, well, technically 5 heart kings, but they're also diamonds because they're just everything. Look at all that fire. 2,329,000. Oh, and I forgot we did the thing. Oh, obelisk. It gains 0.2 times multiplier per consecutive hand without playing your most played poker hand. Actually, that would actually work for us because our most played is one of a kind. Oh, per consecutive though. We use one of those. We could actually swap to that now because that would also build. I think that would actually work. Like if I was to get rid of DNA, because as long as I'm not playing the high card, this would be stacking for at least 13 more turns. At that point, it would revert though, so you tend to dead end with this. It's good until it's not. So instead of that, we'll just put that out of mind because I'm really tempted to try using that and I really shouldn't. So we're going to decrease the level of the played poker hand with this. I'm not particularly worried about that for reasons that should be obvious. So our first king that gets multiplied, got a real big multiplier, 36,000 for a single card. Feels adequate. We need hearts, so we'll go ahead and get rid of those. Oh, I also got a chariot, which is going to play out that queen. We'll get rid of those two. There's more kings. Can a wild king also be a glass card? I'm not really sure. We're going to go like that anyway. We'll turn that king into a glass card, so when we want to use that, that's going to get us a big score, but potentially break. Aside from that, we are going to play these ones because that should give us a real big score, especially with these queens also being steel cards. So that score should get bigger. Chips are still probably on the lower side of what they could be, but our multiplier just went up to 65,000. There's a 28 million. 28 million with no glass cards. Do I want an extra discard every round? I probably do at this point. That's probably one of the better things we can find. Things are getting expensive. We need 560. Although we did just make like 30 million. So I could also start playing the glass card, hoping that it won't break. We could replicate those. I don't want to do that just yet. Let's try it once. I am just very curious about this. There's a 1 in 4 chance that's going to break. But if we don't, and we get lots of those could actually be the biggest score of all. We'll get rid of all those and those. Gotta get rid of one more of those. Look at all the kings. The kings just never stop. I'm trying not to use the glass one right now, so we'll do something like that. 5 of a kind. 5 of a kind. They're not all spades for sure. It'll still be well over 560,000. 3.7 million. Okay, 840,000 needed. I think we'll manage. So our wild king upgraded again. I want just wild kings left by the end of this. Hologram is up to 10.5 times multiplier as well. So that's really, really, really pulling some weight for us. Actually, surprisingly in this one, we haven't yet gotten 5 kings, which okay, now we did. I was a little concerned about that, so we're going to go ahead and play the wilds and that one, just like this. This will be another big score, because these are all the diamonds we need for the multipliers here, plus we have 2 multiplier queens that are also steel queens. So this will be easily a very big score. The seltzer will run out too, though. I got to remember that. The next 2 hands, so we only get this for another few. So this will be a real 105 million, 106 million. That might be as big as we can get for now. Ooh, here's another glass card thing. We'll throw that up there. I don't know if I care about celestial packs right now. They're kind of not really going to be worth much. We need other kinds of multipliers to really escalate from here. Okay, 1 in 7 cards gets drawn face down. I suspect it's a king, just by process of elimination. But we're going to play this one regardless because we want more wild kings. We're already getting some queens showing up, which is helpful. Even at single, that was worth 32,000. We do have 4 kings going. If it's not a steel queen, I don't really want it anyway. Lots of different things. I do want to make a glass king if I can. Perfect. Just if we really get desperate, we're going to pull that out. We're also looking for clubs for biggest multipliers, so we'll move those ones to the front and use them if we can. And when we're done, we're done. But those glass kings, we'll try and save those for like a crescendo at the end. Very carefully, we'll find a way to use them. I think our seltzer also died there, so that's going to start to work backwards. We get an extra hand per round though, which is really big. We do need to search for a replacement joker pretty much immediately. I'm going to take a gamble here and we're just going to try the next round, which is obviously big. A negative joker would be big. That's a little bit stressful, but we're going to try and go for that. We need 10 million, which we can obviously do with a little bit of luck. So we need hearts. The first thing we're going to do is replicate this bad boy. This guy's up to an 11 times multiplier thanks to that. Wheel of Fortune, 1 of our chance to turn one of our jokers into a special one. Nope, did not work. Okay, we got to keep sacrificing. We need as many, what did I say, King of Hearts as we can get. There's a glass one we might end up using here. Let's get rid of those. And that did not work as well as I had hoped. Come on, kings. Yeah, this will work. This won't be the biggest score because we could have more queens over here, but we are going to start with a glass king and then this will be a flush 5, all on hearts. So this will be big, I think, because there's a 2 times, 2 times, 2 times again. It didn't break the glass card, I think. 14 million. It did break the glass card, which is sad, but we did get the score. So 80 plus chips if the hand contains a 2 pair. Well, it will because it contains 2 pair plus a lucky loo. And then we're going to transfer something into a steel card, which will probably be a queen for a double benefit. And there's another thing for a glass card and also another queen. All cards previously this ante are debuffed. That could sting a little bit. Luckily we have so many kings. I don't know if that's really going to hurt us that much, but we do need 14,400,000, so we'll see what happens. We do have a basic queen. We're going to turn that into a steel card. And for a king, we need a spade king if we can. We're going to settle for this. That's now a glass card, so I think we'll be okay. As long as we can get some actual kings to turn up. That's not super lucky to start. Okay, we're going to need more kings. There's all my kings. I am going to lead with a steel king because 14,400,000. I just want to be sure we're able to hit that. So we're going to play all those kings. There's 5 of a kind, as simple as that. There's only 1 wild card and we don't have any of the spades, so this won't actually be nearly as big as it should have been. That was only 1.5 million. That's bad for us. Come on, kings. Okay, we did get some kings. This, we'll see. I think our luck is definitely... Oh, I should have put this on the other side. I didn't realize I had this on the end. I don't know if that matters ultimately, but we want to add chips, big, small multipliers, big multipliers. We're in trouble. Come on, full house. Can we do it for the win? Nope. But we did get a best hand of 105 million, so I'm okay with that. This is a fun one.